Sorry for not talking too much in the previous video. Just opening that box and finding 7 original helmets in there from Turbo, Ninja Steel, Dino Charge. It was just a bit of breathtaking. So we are now on to our second box. And here we are. Dun dun dun. And again, Heritage has done an absolutely fantastic shape. Double boxed. Double boxed. That sounds like an actual Power Ranger villain name. Double Box. Come over here, Double Boxed. That villain is evil. He takes Power Rangers and boxes them up and sends them abroad. Dun 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 dun. What is it? What is it? There's a lot of stuff in here, actually. Ooh. I think we have a full costume. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's start off with this. Okay, that may not give it away too perfectly. Well, that might give it away too much. There it is. So this is the first full costume that we're going to pull out for Power Rangers out of the 9 boxes we have. This is an entire armor set for Ninja Steel. You can see it. So look at this. So this looks to be the side cover armor, and I believe the shoulder armor for Sarah, the Pink Ranger from Ninja Steel. The whole costume's in here, which I've never ever owned and never been offered. Okay, Sky from SPD a long time ago did put up his spandex suit, but nothing else, on eBay, and I just completely blanked out on that one. But other than that, full costumes never showed up ever before for Power Rangers. So this is pretty stunning stuff. That Heritage auction just blew the doors wide open on all Power Ranger prop collecting. We were struggling just to see anything, find anything, document anything. So all the armor here is just the basic foam, handmade stuff. This piece, so with a lot of Power Rangers, the toys were used from Bandai. So this literally is just the toy. There might be some improvements, some additional paint decorations on this piece, but at times they didn't do anything. It was just, that was good enough. You can see when they move around some of the weapons and the morphers, you can see the screws. Sometimes they remove the Bandai like logos and trademark copyrights in the bottom of it, but yeah. So this part is fully, well, it can pop off if it wants to, but I'm not going to push it. So that's really neat. There's a point you're adding too much pressure and everything just pops off. So let's see what we got here. Oh. Oh, how lovely. Wow, the boots. It's the boots. So the boots, we've been noticing that with a number of the boots from the various series that they've been disintegrating. These look to be in fantastic shape. The SPD boots, the Mystic Force boots were rotting, and I have one pair of boots from SPD that will be showing up in a later episode, and it did mention rotting, and I'm just hoping it's not terrible. But other people have reported the entire sole of the boot has completely come off, and there are the little boots for Sarah right there. That's pretty cool. So there's the inner lining sticker, and it says Hero. So being Hero, these are the main boots that were worn. Not the stunt, but for anything else. Little cuffs there. That's really cool. Just to have the whole ensemble. I mean, for Power Ranger props for so long, like you would just find maybe a pair of boots. Like I was in Mandarake in Nakano Broadway in Tokyo, and they had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Black Ranger boots. I believe they were stunt boots in the showcase. Like, that was amazing. That was absolutely stellar across the board. Because that was like 8 years ago, and now I'm holding my own pair of boots in my own possession now, and like it's a little more common. It's just still striking for me, who's been in this game for longer than most. Look at that, a little bit of wear there. So very nice, very nice. Thank you for catching. So we have dun dun dun. So here's the actual spandex. Dun, dun, dun. And look at that. We have a morpher. Oh no, this is just the gauntlets. I'm sorry. I thought it was all wrapped up into one. These are a little more heavier. A little more presence to them. Harder foam. They don't have anything. There it goes. Hero. Very nice. Kazu. We'll research her in a moment. I believe that. There we go. So here is. So we have two. There we go. Flip it around. Yep. No. I think this is foam. This is all made. Yeah. I don't think this is the toy at all. That's great. So for me, I would say, but most of the time there will be no difference at all with the prop and the toy. So it's exciting to be like, that's the one right there. I mean, if that one screenshot, that's the one that was used, but also it's a toy. Then there are pieces like this, which were cast from the toy most likely, then in-house production painted it up, cleaned it up, and did all this. And this is more striking. If you're more used to like props from TV shows and movies, this is what you would normally expect. Power Rangers is the outlier when it comes to props. So having a non-toy piece is a little more thrilling for me, to be honest with you. So that's nice. That makes me happy. And that's, again, two morphers. We have one for the belt. Well, technically is really a morpher. And then we have this is her glove. Well, we got two gloves. Oh my God. Those are some tiny hands. Try that on. That wouldn't be a faux pas. There you go. Good. That is, you feel a little oomph behind, wearing these gloves. Dun, dun, dun. Very nice. We're getting closer. I'll just leave the glove on for the moment and keep rolling. Oh, I think we're getting towards it. So we're going to definitely have one more gauntlet. This box is very deep, people. It's like, oh, this should be, oh my God, what is all this? It's all coming up at once. So this is the helmet. Let's get it out of here. No. With tape, I'm going to take the glove off, obviously. Don't want to ruin anything. Once I start touching the tape, I'm like, no more of that. That was fun. Whoa, this is way too much tied up in here. Oh, this is the armor. Oh, wow, this is way bigger than I was expecting. Oh, my God. So that means, unlike the other box, which had 7 helmets in it, the rest of this outfit is in another box. It's that big. And I'll be honest with you, I thought the shipping from Heritage for all these boxes would be substantial, and it was not. It was very reasonable, and I do appreciate that from Heritage. Okay, let's open this up with some care. That is cool. Oh, hold on. So here we are, the costume. This is much more difficult to produce than your usual spandex. Yeah, for Power Rangers, you're usually not expecting, especially the earlier years, like full armor. And this is what it is. This is the master armor. And that's it's pretty durable. It's holding up. It's not disintegrating, which is one of the best things about having clean costumes like this, especially for the Power Rangers themselves. This may deteriorate over time, but I think this material is a different foam than the monsters. And I've had a number of monster costumes before in the past, and you can move them a little bit. Some are worse off than others, but most in general, they're just turned into statues. You can't get inside them. You can't move their arms up and down. But this will always last. I don't think this is going to disintegrate like those costumes. And this is wonderful. This part here, I believe, obviously, is to help support it. Remember 36 on that. I think that's for internal at Hasbro or previous Saban. But that's great. I'm really happy that they shipped it with this support system underneath it so it wouldn't get damaged. Okay, so I really thought that this would be the full costume. So we're going to get the next box out and we'll continue on. This is the first Power Ranger costume, full costume, that I will actually have ever held within my hands. And as I mentioned earlier, to own a full costume is just insane. And you would find the movie 1995 Power Rangers were the most common. You could find those relatively easy. For a movie production, they made quite a number of helmets, outfits, boots, gloves. You guys get the idea. But the TV show, as you know, the budget, much, much less. So this is... Oh. So what it looks like is these boxes are just a lot of mishmash of items, and nothing is complete, like set up for one per box, and this is that. This is a grouping of everything I put in there. So this is from the previous episode, the Ninja Steel Pink Ranger. And this is the actual outfit. It is in really nice shape. Wait. No. No, this is not. Oh, it is. Sorry. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the original Pink Ranger base outfit that went underneath the master version. So that's really cool, because the number of these Power Ranger armor suits, if they went to 2 seasons or if they had an extra armor boost midway through the season, a lot of the times the outfit underneath it is from the original, and then they put armor on top of that. So if you won one of the outfits from the second phase, you got technically both versions. So this is the original, and then we have the armor, which I'm putting up on the screen right now, which we're going to lay it all out later. But there it is. There's the whole entire outfit. I'm seeing if it has anything written inside. Oh, there we go. Kazu. So all the gauntlets, the boots, all the accessories for this outfit were from Kazu and is a hero. But that is really well made. I've not handled an original costume in my entire life, so this is the first time I've actually held one. But this is a later season versus like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Zeo, depending, of course, if it's a costume from Japan versus the US. But there's a lot of quality. A little bit of wear there. That's okay. I mean, again, compared to the condition of all the screen time this has been through, to have it look this clean and this nice, that's impressive. That is impressive. So we'll have that set up for a video shot later of the whole costume and armor. And nothing. It's just this left. And what do we have? So, yes. Okay. Let's get this puppy wrapped up. This is... So this is more to the Ninja Storm. Ninja Steel. Oh my god. It's late, but I'm just excited just to handle these things. My brain's just swarming with all the Power Ranger knowledge. But also not going into deep details, because I'm just like, It's the first time you're touching these things, so you're all excited. So there we go. This is the Morpher Star. And as most of you guys already know, this is just an actual Bandai toy. The toys were so well designed and detailed. They're just like, you know what? We're just using the toys. At times, they would shave off the markings here and there. They may do additional paint jobs here and there. But this is nothing different, it looks like. Still, this is what they use on screen. So when you have the authenticity letter with Heritage, that is a very strong provenance. Then we have the Pink Ranger Morpher. So that went into the star. This is a toy. It might have been cleaned up a little bit, but I don't think so. You know, extra paint jobs, the black placed on it for wear and tear. This might give it enough to where you can do a screen match, most likely based upon how they hold these things. But it would be interesting to see later on comparing the sticker here too. So for the SPD morphers, the toy is what they use, as I mentioned earlier, but they added a sticker on the bottom showing the cadet from B Squad, their face, like little vital and stuff like that, on the bottom of that was unique to the prop. So I'm wondering how much different this might be, or if not different at all. So this is a undergarment. Nope. So this is the shirt, and it says Kazu. And then we also have, dun dun dun, I believe this to be obviously the little skirt. So that's in very clean shape. Look how shiny that is, reflective. Very nice. And it should have a tag saying Kazu. And again, it says Kazu 4, which would designate clearly that there was more than one, which is expected from all the wear and tear. So that would be the complete costume. This, I'll double check. I think I know what this is from, but wow. So this is another helmet. Some of these helmets would show up in these little bags, which is great for, well, let alone any of the bags I've gotten so far didn't have the color designation on it, let alone saying hero. So that's always a really positive thing to see. So this either is this costume's helmet or it's one from Dino Charge. But I'm pretty confident this will match up to this one because the fabric is the same. This is the helmet. And this, if it's hero, will have no latches on the side versus stunt ones, which will have latches on the side. Look at that. That is a really, really nice bag. As I mentioned, the other bags were just same material, but nothing like this. Probably because they were stunt. Ooh, nice sound. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. That is wonderful. And there it is. No latches. This is the hero helmet. Look at that. That is in clean shape. From the helmets that we've pulled out already, a lot of them are stunt. A lot of chipping around the section where it separates. But this one is absolutely clean. So then we can have a comparison of both helmets here. So this is the costume for pink. Then we have white. You can see how this white has the latches on the side here. But the quality overall, I mean, it's pretty much the same if you ask me, other than the latches. These are just so wonderful. The colors on these two just pop like crazy. And of course, if I want to start adding more to the image, we might as well. And now we have 3 helmets. This one is also a stunt, but just, wow. So that will wrap up this episode. And again,